Commodity FS, First National Bank of Pana, and Mansi Metal.
Your information station, WTIM.
It's the WTIM morning show right here on WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Very happy to have back on the air with us Brandy Bruley, Superintendent. Brandy Bruley of Taylorville School District. How are you this morning, Superintendent?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. And thank you for taking the time once again being here with us. Quarter number one. Can't believe we're saying it, but it is wrapped up. Give us a little summary. How have things been?
Sure. So we have finished quarter one. We're excited about that. Things are going well. We've, get children into the system and get them acclimated to their classroom routines and behavior expectations. And around the corner on October 24th and 25th, we will be hosting parent-teacher conferences. So if you have not yet set up a time with your child's teacher, we really encourage you to do so. We'd like to hear about your child's strengths, and if there's any resources that we can help you with, we can have those available at that time.
Awesome.
But also wrapping up the first quarter, we are super excited that we have officially received money from the State Board of Education for our pre-K expansion grant. And what this is a full-day pre-K program that we will offer soon. It'll be housed at Memorial due to some spacing concerns, but there's a long waiting list for pre-K students not able to get into the program, and this will meet our needs of our community and our students. So we're very excited about that is forthcoming.
Wow.
We knew about a month ago that we were going to receive this. We just didn't know officially when we could start, and we just received information yesterday that money is there, ready to go, and we can begin hiring teachers and staff and getting some supplies for those classrooms, and then getting those students in on that waiting list into a full day pre-K program.
Wow.
So very excited about that.
A lot of parents are going to be really happy to hear what you're talking about right there. That is a huge need in so many communities out there, but this money will be expanding the pre-K. You said Memorial School?
Correct. Due to
Okay.
spacing concerns,
Yeah.
we don't have space at Central School, so we will house it at Memorial Elementary School.
Awesome. So as this money has come in, now you are set with getting the educators, finding that space, of course, and then getting that waiting list kind of solved?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we can hold 20 students total. We can't go over the allotment of 20 students per the pre-K grant and those expectations. But yes, the funding will house teacher salary and assistant salary, and then of course supplies, materials, programs, field trips, things like that for the pre-K expansion grant program.
Wow, this is all really great. And I'm sure parents with children that needed to be in pre-K already were aware of the places they could go to get entered in for that waiting list. Is places we can go online, numbers we can call to get that in
Sure.
order for
So,
children.
yeah, they can definitely call the unit office.
Okay.
We would be able to assist there, or Central School, and ask to speak with Lakin Creighton. She is the building principal there for the pre-K program.
Perfect.
So either of those entities would definitely be able to assist.
Perfect. That is a great big announcement here on this WTIM morning show, pre-K expansion for Taylorville schools. And you just heard Superintendent Bruley there list the ways you can get in contact. That is so great. Strategic planning sessions. Another thing we hear from you frequently at school board meetings. Talk to us about who is involved in these and what these hope to accomplish.
Sure. So one of the goals of the Board of Education was to develop a 5-year strategic plan for the district. Where are we at? Where are we going? What are our needs?
Yeah.
And from there, board members invited other community members, other stakeholders, etc. We had our first session on Saturday, September 28th, from 8 to 3 at the Taylorville High School cafeteria. There was about a group of 20 of us that met, and we went over the first steps of the strategic plan. Those included reviewing our mission statement, and then from there we also talked about non-negotiables of what we're never going to waver on that is important to the Taylorville School District community, and then our strengths, and then opportunities and some threats that we see. And by threats we mean state and local funding, things like that we're trying to keep a vision on for the next 5 years to drive us in the next steps.
Awesome. Little SWOT analysis in there, speaking my language.
Yes, SWOT analysis. That's exactly right.
That is awesome. Where are we at? What did we learn from that first meeting?
So from the first meeting, we everyone broke out into different groups, and so for the ideal Taylorville School District, everyone kind of on large poster board just put out what we see the district, what the ideal district is, and some of those things that came up with were cohesive curriculum, up-to-date technology, being proactive, forward-thinking. We want a sense of community involvement, parent involvement. We want creative and great facilities. Resources for all, being collaborative, having stronger communication, being good stewards of financial resources. And then from there, we went to the non-negotiables, things that we will never waver on. And it was really interesting to see the process come about, that our students are our number one priority. We want an inclusive environment. We want to be evolving. We want to be competitive to other schools around us. We want to have competitive salary and benefits. We want it to be community driven. And then from there, we went on to our strengths and, opportunities for growth. And again, the same process as everyone just kind of came up with, just blurting out things that were relevant to them and important to them. Yeah. And then after we identified all of those, we came up with the 5 key things that we believe is the next step for us. So as a result of that grouping process, we identified broad areas for the board to focus on and move forward in terms of strategic planning.
Wow.
And those broad areas were identified for additional review, which included 5 items: finances, facilities, communication, curriculum, and safety. And out of those 5 items, the 20 that were there for the first strategic planning meeting, they were encouraged to invite 1 or 2 more constituents out there that they feel would provide some great input into those 5 categories that group identified as necessary.
Wow.
And then we set up the next date for Thursday, October 24th. We will meet from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Taylorville Junior High School Forum.
Okay.
To get started. So we're hoping to have more people involved in that. But if there's anyone out there that wants to be involved, they can certainly contact a board member or myself, and we gladly kind of share some more information in depth with those individuals and encourage them to come as well. We'd love to have more people involved.
Amazing. And your chance to have your input out there. And I'm so glad these 5-year plan conversations are being had. You mentioned it very early on, and when you were describing some of the things you're trying to key in on a little bit. When you mentioned cohesive curriculum, is that cohesion between grade levels, between from the classroom to test taking? What does that really mean, cohesion and curriculum?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. What we're finding is some of our curriculum is outdated, 10 years or so. So we need to definitely update those and making sure there is alignment among the grade levels and buildings.
Yeah.
So right now, our junior high school is doing a great job of the leaders there are coming together with some math curriculum ideas. And they have a committee involved with teachers there. And then from there, they're coming together with about 4 textbook companies that they want to vet and see if they're meeting our needs. And then what they've done a great job of is the junior high staff have involved math teachers at the high school level and then some teachers at the 4th grade level, so we can bridge the elementary to the junior high to the high school. So that way when we're making decisions at a building level, we know it just doesn't impact that building.
Yeah.
And so we're inviting, below and above to make sure this is cohesive. Are we following the standards? What are your needs when they leave the junior high to get to the high school? What is it you're seeing? What is it the elementary is giving the junior high that we can kind of bridge some of those? So that's what we mean by a more cohesive curriculum.
Amazing. Yeah. And I hoped it was something along those lines there, and really the best avenues being taken for these children here in the Taylorville School District. We are already time to take us a break here, but we have Superintendent Brandy Bruley on the line right now, the superintendent at Taylorville School District, learning a whole lot and plenty more to talk about. When we come back, the Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We are live on Facebook, Taylorville Daily News, and on YouTube, WTIM TV. I'm Tim Zalabak. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and we will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
November beans up 2.5, 993.5. January beans up 2 1/4, 10.05 and 3/4. March beans 10.18.5, up 1 3/4. December Chicago wheat 5.83.5, up 4. March wheat up 3, 6.03 and 3/4. December bean meal 314.50, up 2.70. December bean oil 42.67, up 22 cents. Livestock market October feeders 246.27, down 1/4. October live cattle 186.90, up 17 cents. December lean hogs 76.77, up $1.55. Energy market November crude oil down 20 cents, 70.38. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
Applications for residency are now being accepted at Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville. Enjoy a comfortable lifestyle in a small community. Rolling Meadows offers seniors 62 and older round-the-clock maintenance, controlled access, large kitchens with full-size appliances, on-site laundry, and Wi-Fi in common areas. Located close to shopping and dining, schedule a tour today. Rolling Meadows is sponsored by Lutheran Social Services of Illinois and funded through U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and Federal Bank of Chicago. Rolling Meadows is an equal housing opportunity provider.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s. Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station, playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power, cruising 98.3 WSVZ.
Sign up for People's Bank and Trust Save by Spending Roundup program, and they'll round up your purchases to the next dollar. Then transfer that change to your savings account. It's as easy as shop, enjoy, and save. Get details by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
Your information station, WTIM.
And we are back here on the WTIM Morning Show, this time with Superintendent Brandy Bruley of Taylorville School District. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In that first half, we heard about Q1 and all that is involved with these strategic planning sessions. Gosh, there's a whole lot to get into there and a whole lot to be thankful for, that these things are being thought of and being accounted for and being planned for the future. Little building update for us there, Superintendent Brandy Bruley. We see cranes moving, we see walls kind of taking form. What's the recent conversation?
Yes, it's starting to look like a gym in a school.
Yeah, it is.
We with the new gym and classroom addition at the Taylorville High School, we have walls in our locker room area now, which is nice. We have steel plates at the mezzanine area that are being installed. Drywall is completed in the course room and Tommy TV, hoping to get in there by the end of this semester.
Great.
Finishing the drywall in the course room, of course. Completed the foundation walls and the floors. And again, we poured ramps and stairs into the lobby area. That's about where we're at now. So I'm pretty excited to have the course room and Tommy TV rooms done sooner rather than later. So they're right on schedule. The gym, of course, itself is a little behind schedule, but pretty excited about the classrooms to be opened up.
Absolutely. No, it's just good to see movement being made there and even rooms being finished up. Can we even ask about an end date of construction yet? Do we have a month in mind?
Well, yes. As with any construction project, we always get behind schedule. So we knew that. It was supposed to be done the end of February. And again, we're probably looking more the end of May. I would hope it would be open by the end of the school year, but we'll just have to wait and see. We have not hit inclement weather yet. Right. So keeping that in mind, we still have bad weather yet to see. So hopefully the end of May, but of course we make no promises as to when the final project will be complete.
Absolutely. And pretty confident though, open for 2025-26 school year?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that I am confident.
Pretty
Yes.
safe to say that. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for giving us that update there. It's always good to know what's been completed, what's been being worked on, and of course things get behind schedule. It's just how these things go. Superintendent Brandy Bruley on the phone line here on our WTIM morning show. A lot of talks last school board meeting, Taylorville school board meeting, from the high school ACT, SAT changing. That's a statewide change. And there was a long conversation about new steps taken to kind of negate students making mistakes over and over. It was really cool. Describe what these educators are going through to make this change.
So it's our educators and our students are going through it at the same time. Again, we're moving away from SAT, going back to ACT.
Okay.
And with that, there's always some new changes and some new things that we're learning. High school staff have been great. We've been sending them to regional trainings at the ROE3 based on the new changes to the state testing. Principals have been highly involved. There's another training coming up November 7th that Mr. Hutchison and Mr. Keller have made sure that the staff are getting the training that they need. But the one thing that Mr. Hutchison announced at the last school board meeting, and he did a fabulous job of explaining this to everyone, is we're going to do some more spiraling teaching. Math always builds upon itself. And if you missed a section or you didn't completely understand a component of that math, you're going to see it again because it builds upon itself. And so the staff and the administrative team have realized, that we need to do some more spiraling with this. So some of those strategies that they have learned in the trainings that they've had on ACT, they're making sure that they're implementing those in daily lessons in the math program here at THS.
Wow.
So very proud of them for taking that initiative, seeing what needs to be done and beginning that right away. Hopefully that gives kids more exposure, that if you missed it and you weren't quite so sure on something, it's going to keep coming to you, and we're here to support you, reteach it, make sure it doesn't sit on the shelf of your brain. It keeps coming and coming, and that you're ready to use that regularly to give yourself that confidence that you need in those math capabilities.
Absolutely. So happy to know that these educators are receiving this regional training, and you call it spiraling. I think it's a great word for it right there. And of course, it's really letting these students know that, like you said, that you're going to see this math again. That was something that I had a hard time to grasp. Well, I passed the test, kind of passed the test. I can forget about that. No, in math and in being successful in math, you really do, like you said, really have to have a strong grasp on all those concepts there. Superintendent Bruley, we have only about a minute left here, but you highlighted Tommy Photo at the last Taylorville School Board meeting. Of course, Tommy TV, we have FFA. I mean, there's so many great things moving for Taylorville schools as a whole. What can you say about these great programs?
Oh gosh, we are so proud of the programs we have here. Like I said in our last October board meeting, we received a communication from a superintendent in another district congratulating us on our Tommy TV, and it's just really rewarding. We know how great our programs are, but it's extra rewarding when a leader from another district sends you an email saying, "Hey, this is top notch, and we're very impressed."
Absolutely.
So we know we're great, but we're glad to hear that other people are giving us and our students the props they need, because they are doing a fabulous job.
I love it. And thank you for working that. And final words for our listeners out there, Superintendent Bruley. We are totally out of time.
Okay, it's so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us today. Brandy Bruley, Superintendent at Taylorville School District, right here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much. Live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better. With Landmark, you've been listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
Can register to vote and cast ballots in next month's presidential election.
In August, the state's high court heard arguments